This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good morning and welcome to this morning's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. I am Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. Having found oil since May 2015, Guyana finds itself in a position today where it has almost zero institutional and human capacity to manage the growing industry. Sadly, such a conundrum only benefits oil companies and harms the country. Expressing these sentiments recently was former presidential advisor and international petroleum consultant Dr. Jan Mangal. Dr. Mangal added that Guyana would need much more than a petroleum commission. He said it would also need a comprehensive framework with new bills, laws, policies, regulations, and associated institutions. Unfortunately, the country remains relatively miles away from getting all these safeguards in place by year end. In other news, in response to a request in 2016 to help Guyana arrive at good legal, regulatory, contractual, and fiscal measures needed to keep corruption at bay, the United Nations Development Programme, or UNDP, had commissioned an analysis to be done on the state of the nation's governance systems. The subsequent report was produced by Trinidadian energy strategist Anthony Paul. However, after 5 years of being in possession of this document, which proposes close to 100 critical recommendations on how Guyana must safeguard itself, nothing has been done. The report was keen to note that the requirements and expectations of the government to manage this sector, especially when one considers the magnitude of the resources discovered, are enormous. And moving on, the National Psychiatric Hospital located at Fort Kanji in Berbice is currently under the spotlight after a patient was killed and another injured during a recent fight among inmates. Dead is 41-year-old Ryan Sothgolam. The injured patient, who has since been released, was identified as 38-year-old Steve Roberts. Based on the events leading up to the untimely death of Sothgolam, Regional Chairman David Armagon disclosed that a patient ripped out a window and grillwork and used it to inflict the injuries sustained by the now dead man. Regional Health Officer Dr. Sharma also revealed that Roberts sustained injuries during the same altercation at the facility, but could not say what was used to cause his injuries. It is understood that there was one nurse on duty at the time when the incident occurred. She removed herself from the hostile situation to seek help from other colleagues. And now let's tell you, over the past week, the Civil Defense Commission, or CDC, received multiple donations from various businesses and organizations to assist with its flood relief efforts. Recently, eNetworks, Guyana's leading provider of digital cable television, donated $1 million to the CDC in support of flood relief efforts countrywide. Tiger Rentals, a leading international provider of specialty rental equipment to the upstream offshore oil and gas market, donated over $650,000 yesterday to the CDC in support of the flood relief effort nationwide. Innovative Mining Inc. also made its contribution yesterday as it handed over a check valued $100,000 to the CDC. The CDC stated that the timely response and generous donations are greatly appreciated. In other news, Magistrate Alicia George yesterday committed 3 men to stand trial in the High Court for the murder of Better Hope money changer Aaron Latchman and his 18-year-old daughter Ariana Latchman. 5 men are accused of the 2019 double murder. Those men are 25-year-old Mark Ruffino, 37-year-old Paul Chan, Troy Abrams, and Lloyd Sadlu. The five accused made their first court appearance on July 18, 2019 in the Sparendam Magistrates Court before Magistrate George. They were not required to plead to the indictable charge, which alleges that on July 4, 2019, at Robert Street, Better Hope, the defendants murdered the Latchmans during a robbery. In other news, a bandit who robbed a businessman and a police officer of their valuables was apprehended shortly after his stunt on Thursday afternoon and placed into police custody. According to a police report, the 2 victims, a 44-year-old businessman and a 30-year-old police officer, were both working on a newly constructed house located in Good Intent on the west bank of Demerara at 16:30 when the suspect approached them and made inquiries about to the boss of the operation. Upon entering the building, he pulled out a black handgun and forced the victims to hand over their valuables. The police recovered all the stolen articles before the suspect was taken into the Wales police station. The other two occupants of the car that the suspect had joined have also been detained. The area was searched, but no firearm or any other cash was found. Investigations are ongoing. And that's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details